This video is intended purely to communicate information in accordance with the right of free speech.
Any advice given is a suggestion, and anyone seeking such advice should consult a competent professional.
All statements made in this video are my own honest opinion, and they do not represent any other person or body. As such, sharing matters covered in this video is in public interest. Hi, fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo. I went live earlier today, but that's okay. I've got to be in my bonnet, and I'm gonna chase it. I don't know what goes after got to be in my bonnet. Okay, so the other day I saw that look, it's stormy weather here, so I got a coffee. It's a ghost. I should swap hands so then we can see the ghost. Yeah, the dogs are a bit sad because they want to go out, but here we are. Anyway, was checking Instagram. Rip TikTok, RIP TikTok. It looks like Wendy and I were the last people to do a bit of on party streaming. So check it out if you wanna check it out. But it's gone, baby, gone. The love is gone. It's gone, baby, gone, and the love is gone. Yeah, it's gone. I think Trump's gonna save it, and aren't the Democrats idiots? But Trump could have already saved it because he owns the Supreme Court. So I don't know. Maybe he just wanted to make a big deal about it. So I think it'll be back for Americans. But it's also funny because, no offense, I'm about to say something offensive, I know. Americans, from an outsider's point of view, don't shoot the messenger. Americans are entitled, okay? Not my lovely friends in anti-MLM love you to death, okay? But the general thing is, like, I feel like there'll be a lot of angry people like, what? That's not fair. We should be able to get on like, they will be very incensed about it, and they're going to blame the Democrats. The Democrats, I don't think, are going to be able to come back from this, even if Trump ruins everything. They're going to need a new party. Like, they really biffed this one. Sorry, I would swear, but it's early in the video. Anyway, here to talk about Optavia. Optavia has been in the legal things. What was that introduction, Tish? Okay, so they've been having a bit of legal trouble, people. Now, the first thing I found was this class action lawsuit. I just wanted to pop in to say that all of this information came from Optavia _ uncovered on Instagram. So shout out to that account. Keeps us in the know, keeps Optavia on their toes. So yeah, big shout out to those guys. Let's just go to display 2. Okay, so Apex class. So this is a call out for anyone in Optavia who has been in Optavia as a distributor or a customer. It's Alpert et al. Versus Optavia LLC. A settlement has been reached in a class action lawsuit involving Optavia LLC. The lawsuit claims that Optavia's Premier program violated California law, including the automatic renewal law. Optavia denies any wrongdoing, but has agreed to settle to avoid further litigation. The court has given preliminary approval for the settlement. Ah, really? They agreed to settle. They didn't do anything wrong. Oh, that seems a little bit sus if you ask me. Okay, so who's included? You are part of the settlement if you were enrolled in Optavia's Premier program between October 1st, 2017 and March 17th, 2022. Ooh, that could be a lot of people. Received one automatic shipment and subsequently cancelled the program. What does the settlement provide? You can choose between a $75 voucher for Optavia products, automatic if no action is taken, and a $70 cash payment. You have to submit a claim for that. How do you get your payment? For the voucher. Wow, they're giving it to current members. That's interesting. Because you wouldn't be able to like get Optavia products if you weren't a member. For the cash payment, submit a cash payment election form on this website by the deadline. You can choose to receive payment electronically or by check. Do people still have checks? Okay, so I'll put the link in down under. And shout out to Optavia Uncovered. Is that who? Because this wasn't even on behind MLM. Because I went to look for the name of it. Yeah, Optavia underscore uncovered on Instagram. Uh, alerted me to that one, and I think alerted me to the next one we're going to cover as well. Hang on. We'll see if there's any more information at this. Plaintiffs allege that Optavia violated California's false advertising law, unfair competition law, and other laws by failing to provide the necessary disclosures and failing to obtain sufficient consent to enroll customers in Optavia's Premier program, which plaintiffs claim is an automatic renewal program. Remember when Allison was saying that people were signing other people up for auto ships, like they were signing their contracts, and wow, I just remembered that. Allegedly, Optavia vehemently denies these allegations, but has agreed to settle to avoid further litigation. I think that's it. You can object to the settlement. So there's details there if you want to object to it. So this was kind of finalized May 30, 2024. I wonder if anyone was talking about it then. Okay, so there's that. Class action lawsuit, let's go. And then we have this other thing happening with this rep. Okay, so Tammy Brault? Brault? Okay, Tammy Brault, and she was in Optavia, all right? And look, she's left Optavia, but when I went to her page, she was doing she had a live about LifeWave, and she was recommending LifeWave products. And she also has a link to Make Wellness on her account. So she's still doing network marketing, unfortunately. Anyway, uh, who knew that when I signed up to help people get healthy, to sign them up to get healthy, it would mean that I was also signing over the rights to my personal social media accounts. It's almost like people from anti-MLM have been saying that. So now the company that I'm no longer associated with owns my social media account 12 months after I decided to leave them. Say what? Yeah. Um, read your contracts. Everybody who joins an MLM, read your contracts. Ooh, my friend Rosetta who's an Enagic leader, and she just got a ban on Facebook. So, all right, next. I'm going to do a video on her. It's coming. I've been really good at staying above the line until this. Yesterday, I received a cease and desist order from a law firm regarding my posts on products I'm currently using. I've been given until tomorrow to take them down and told I cannot mention any brand names for the next 11 months on my social media. I shared the letter below. They also included a case of another coach who left and they are currently in arbitration with. As a threat, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure too. I'm 100% sure. Apparently, I've been perceived to be quite a threat to my previous company, and a law firm in NYC is now monitoring social media. Mm, I don't think it matters where they're from, but yeah, you're going against the cult. This is cult tactics, information control, because you might have influence over other people. Have you been cross-recruiting though? Because she's still in an MLM. Uh, So here's the deal. I'll still be working my same business that is going to help many of you with your health goals. You'll see me using these products in my stories and showing up with what's real in my world. You just won't see any name brands on this page. I decided when I walked away from the company that I would not share or say anything negative publicly, but I do believe in telling the truth. Please do your research before you decide to sign up to help coach your friend, because you're signing over the rights to your social media accounts also. Yep. I think Monate has that. Yeah, there's a few companies that take your social media, and it is part of trying to keep you in their MLM. Some people don't realize it. Some people do. Yeah, it's shitty. All right, so this is the letter. This lady, she makes like bakery products, and she has these cinnamon rolls that look so freaking good. Look how freaking good they are. Oh my god. Shut up. I love cinnamon rolls. They're my favorite, honestly. This lady is very food is a major thing on her thing, on her thing. She has some food things. That's just no. Shut up, Tish. Okay. Dear Tammy, oh sweetie, I'm gonna black that out a little bit more. All right. Um. Oh, from the offices of Lazar, Potter, Geoculvis, and Moyle LLP. Dear Ms. Broltz, this claim represents Medifast Inc. and affiliates including Optavia LLC. We are writing in connection with your continuing violations of the independent Optavia coach agreement to which you remain bound following your December 3, 2024 separation from Optavia. We understand that Optavia Compliance Department has written you twice to remind you of your continuing obligation. Wow, this is like, we mean fucking business. Like, we've already told you this twice, bitch. Like, wow. And to identify violative posts promoting Make Wellness, a direct selling competitor of Optavia. No, it's not. It's just like, it doesn't sell weight loss. Oh, it sells one weight loss, like, peptide, but the peptides is quite different. Which you have refused to remove. This matter has now been elevated to my firm as a result of your continuing failure to comply with these obligations, which include the following. This is meant to scare her. Absolutely. That's strongly worded. So upon the termination of an agreement for 12 calendar months after the termination of the agreement, coaches may not directly or indirectly sponsor clients or any or other Optavia coaches in another direct selling program, competing or non-competing. Okay, so that doesn't matter then. All right. So she should not be selling Make Wellness or LifeWave. The term sponsor means the direct or indirect actual or attempted solicitation of another Optavia coach or client to enroll or participate in another direct selling program. She can advertise it. She's just not allowed, like, that's what Kristen and those girls did. They said, if you're if you're in Key Sciences, you cannot join me, you know? So this is cross-recruiting. It isn't about, so you can advertise them, sweetheart, but you can't cross-recruit. And maybe there's something else here. This is just the first point. For the purpose of this section, solicitation includes any direct or indirect sponsorship, enrollment, encouragement, or effort to influence in any way. Coaches participating in another non-competing direct selling program or programs must also comply with all other specific restrictions in the non-solicitation section, which also includes section 5.7. Upon 3.7C3, upon termination of the agreement for 12 calendar months after termination of the agreement, former coaches who engage in either a competing or non-competing direct selling program must not directly, indirectly, or through a third party use any Optavia social media as defined above to promote either the competing or non-competing direct selling program, and must instead create a separate social media account to promote any such competing or non-competing direct selling program. Okay, so that's the thing that's like, they've got your... Imagine signing that. That's crazy. I understand, like, it, like, that's in their best interest, but that's, wow. 5.7b4, during the term of the agreement and for 12 calendar months after termination of the agreement, a coach may not use any social media site on which they discussed or promote or have discussed or promoted the Optavia business or Optavia products, programs, or services to directly or indirectly solicit Optavia coaches for another direct selling program of any kind. A current or former Optavia coach shall not take any action that may reasonably be foreseen to result in drawing an inquiry from other Optavia coaches relating to the coach's other direct selling business activities. So, for the avoidance of doubt during the term of the agreement and for 12 calendar months after the termination of the agreement, coaches may not solicit any Optavia coaches or client for another direct selling program, including coaches that are or were in their personally sponsored download. Violations of this provision shall constitute a violation of the non-solicitation provision of these policies, which includes section 3.7 above. So, yeah, this is admitting, basically, like, it reinforces that people will go to a company and get all they can, take their team with them, solicit a bridge contract, da-da-da-da. Because if that didn't happen, why would you have to have this in a contract, right? This obviously happened to them, and they're like, we need to stop that happening. We're going to put it in the contract that they sign, and we'll sue them. While you are free to pursue other business activities from your separation from Optavia, including Make Wellness, which is a competing direct selling program as defined in the agreement. Yeah, okay, you said it on the other page, dickheads. You are prohibited for 12 months after your separation from advertising or promoting Make Wellness on the same social media accounts that you have used to promote Optavia's products. You're also prohibited for the same 12-month period from sponsoring or soliciting other Optavia coaches to leave Optavia and join you at Make Wellness. As you were previously advised on December 20, the company has discovered that you've been heavily promoting Make Wellness products on both your Facebook and Instagram pages that you previously used to promote Optavia in violation of the prohibitions against doing so. This is verbose, like on purpose. They could definitely say this more succinctly, but that's not what it's about. It's about scaring this person. The company also now has reason to believe that despite your assurances that you have not been targeting Optavia coaches and clients with your advertising, you have in fact made sales of Make Wellness products to at least 3 clients that are in your downline at Optavia. Are they clients who are in a downline? Because that sounds like it's a coach, not a client. Or are you saying they're the same thing? Any promotion of Make Wellness products must only be conducted via new social media accounts or platforms that were not used to promote Optavia in the past. Moreover, you are not permitted to solicit Optavia coaches through any means to leave Optavia and join you at Make Wellness. If you do not remove the violative posts from your existing Facebook and Instagram accounts by Thursday, January 16, and confirm to us by email that they have been removed, and further, you will adhere to Optavia policies applicable for the 12-month period following your separation from Optavia, we have been instructed to take legal action without further notice. We understand that you believe your former status as an independent contractor with Optavia and your continuing use of Facebook and Instagram accounts in your name somehow renders Optavia's limited and nearly tailored policies unenforceable. This is incorrect. Be advised that your posts promoting competing goods on why is that in capitals? On prohibited social media directly off of the goodwill you developed and social media following you amassed while at Optavia, and therefore threaten to damage Optavia's business by directly interfering with its existing coach and client relationships. I have no respect for this law firm. Like, I'm sure that she had a Facebook before she joined fucking Optavia, and you don't own it either. Fucking Facebook owns it. Meta owns it. Optavia takes violations of the coach agreement very seriously and will not hesitate to take legal action to protect its brand, business, and coach-client relationships. Just recently, the company brought a successful enforcement action against other recently departed coaches that were violating their post-separation obligations. See Optavia LLC versus Gia Marge and Rick Mendez. Copy is attached for your reference. Optavia has a legitimate business interest in preventing former coaches from using the same platform they use to develop and promote Optavia to promote another direct selling program. See also highlighted portions. While the company certainly hopes there will be no need for similar legal action, here, as noted, it will not hesitate to protect its legitimate business interests if necessary and will continue to monitor your social media activity. For the avoidance of doubt, nothing herein should be construed as a waiver of any of Optavia's rights, all of which are expressly reserved. We look forward to your prompt cooperation in this important matter and trust that you will be guided accordingly as you embark on your future endeavors. Very truly yours, some wanker. Got a bad taste in my mouth from that, I tell you, sister. Fuck Optavia, like honestly. Yeah, so I think it's really shitty. Like, look what we did to someone else. Oh, you think you're special? You're not special. We're fucking gonna sue the shit out of you, random lady. As if one person, like, is gonna bring, like, think of Allison. And I think Allison has some comments on her, because we're gonna look at the comments and the responses. Yeah, like, Allison was high profile, and, like, that's somebody who could have gotten, uh, a lot of information out there, and yeah, like, this person, is nobody. Okay, let's have a look at some comments. Alrighty, so this is a video, so I'm just going to pause every now and again. Alrighty, this person says, myself and many other fellow coaches tried to tell so many other coaches who still coached, coaches who coached and the coach and the coach about this, but so many of them called us liars. They didn't want to believe the writing on the wall and their beloved company would actually do something like this. It's sad and wrong. Also, why wouldn't they believe you? It's in the contract. It's so sad because, oh, I probably would have been one of them that didn't believe you. I drank the juice and I'm not paying the price. You're so right. We drank that juice until the juice started to poison us. That's sounds like they're kind of like talking about Kool-Aid, the juice, like unfortunately I drank that juice also for many years and was very blinded to the truth until finally I was forced to see the truth and they said, I'm sorry you had to experience this. Thank you, me too. You got this. You're so right. We drank that juice until the juice started to poison us. It's so sad. Oh, that's Allison. I think it's Allison. She's a real estate agent? Okay. But definitely lessons learned. That makes me so mad. Shame on them and shame on anyone that supports this company and these practices. Yep. Word. It just shows the true colors of that rotten company. This is terrible. Such a lack mindset. Unfortunately, you can't control them or what they do or what they have done. It's probably just the confirmation you needed to know that you're in the right place now. Yeah, well, she's still in MLMs. I know a few people that have been through stuff like that before. The thing is, their actions will only push more people to you. It will all work out. I knew after about a month this whole program was a scam. Did I lose weight? Sure. But it was definitely a money grab. Fake coaches with no experience. I even got into a few arguments once we figured out the joke was on us. As they say, it wasn't. As they tried to say it wasn't an MLM. Oh, this is dishing the dirt for us. So if someone posts truthful but bad press types comments on your public post about Optavia, that's perfectly appropriate because it's not competing, right? Asking for a friend, lol. Go, Becky. People wonder why network marketing has a bad reputation and then things like this happen. Yes, Garth. It's unfortunate there's such small-minded mentality amongst too many companies that they feel the need to enslave someone from making money. A rising tide raises all ships. Create such an amazing opportunity and or product and or culture that people don't want to leave. Don't force them into signing their life away. Yeah, well, I'd be checking all of your contracts because it's not just Optavia. I'm sorry you can't feel free to promote items you feel you've been personally helpful for you on your own profile, but I'm glad you'll continue to share your days here, including any products you choose to use without being named, rather than shut down your personal pages. Please know we are in support of you as a friend, fellow small town community member, and just as a person who desires to be open with others by sharing your story or struggle. Yeah, God. Okay. I just skipped over the God bit. This is Allison, the unlikely pastor's wife. When I left Optavia, I did a podcast about leaving without saying their name. I was also sent a cease and desist from their lawyers telling me to take down my podcast. I said hell no and got a lawyer to fight for me. I even had my lawyer comb over the coach contract, and it does say that you can't promote anything health related. However, I would push back and ask why people like Doug and Tia Wood can promote their gym that sells products other than Optavia. It sure does. It sure does, because I looked at the products that they had on the shelves. They had Quest, among others, on their personal social media accounts and don't get cease and desist letters. That's the real question. For the company that is all about abundance mindsets, telling people they can't promote anything health related for a year is absolutely ridiculous, whether it's in the contract or not. My biggest advice to anyone wanting to join Optavia or any MLM for that matter, have a lawyer read through your contract. The contract you have to sign every year is the biggest load of crap in my opinion. BD Dubs, my podcast is and always will stay up for people to find. Tammy says, I agree 100%. Listen to your podcast. I would love to listen to your podcast. Can you share it with me? Oh, that's good. Some other people will listen to it through here. This podcast is fantastic. Oh, that's great. I'm glad that she got to plug that as well, because I think that Allison's done a lot of good work in anti-MLM. All right. Wow. Just wow. Can we all say what we think of this company and their fake higher up coaches and their lack of telling the truth about their products, or will they come after us as well? There are a few things I share with people that ask me about this plan and tell them I would never recommend it to anyone. Shame on them. Yeah, go Julianne. Can they do this? Unfortunately, they can, Carmen. They absolutely can. She signed the contract. This sucks. I wasn't successful enough to bother with. Do you think we previous coaches can share this post without making more trouble for you? I think that's fine. She has no control or accountability for people sharing or tagging. True. True. May not be worth a headache, but I'd get counsel and do some research. Many aspects of non-compete agreements have been banned and ruled illegal over the last couple of years. A friend of mine was a lead plaintiff against a former employer for a major federal case, and there was a non-compete law coming in, but I don't know if the FTC got it through, and tomorrow or the next day. So agreed, they have to meet very specific requirements for a non-compete to hold up in court in states where it isn't fully banned. This is true when our business looked into setting up a non-compete, we learned that that a certain mile radius would be set for brick and mortar companies in order to enforce it. I guess they can't stand on their own merit. Speaks loudly about them. So glad we walked away, but I never saw this coming. I guess they care more about the bottom line than they do in people getting healthy, despite the preaching they do to the contrary. Love your blah blah blah. The other thing too, like the person said I wasn't a big enough person to bother with. Maybe they just didn't find you, because I don't think this lady, like, is huge. Those of us who really care about health have seen the truth. Yeah, it's not about health. All right. There was somebody who left Optavia and they went to a dietitian and they had their like their, what's it called? Like an analysis. They had blood tests, they had blood work done, blah blah blah, like, and tests and stuff. And they were diagnosed with malnutrition after coming off of the Optavia 5-in-1 diet, and also their metabolism was broken and it took them a long time to heal it. All right, so Alison also added here, can I add that most likely somebody still in Optavia possibly turned you in? When did you resign and when did you get the cease and desist? If there's been some time in between, just know that somebody may have sent your profile to compliance and they took it from there. It's crazy to me that this company goes to these lengths to keep people from moving on and making money in different ways. Alison knows. Yep, just trying to figure out who it was, even though I'm pretty sure I know. Same thing happened to me. I was in Optavia for almost 8 years. It changed my life in so many ways, but I couldn't get behind what they were offering anymore, and I went all whole foods, holistic, and found an amazing company that had supplements, not a meal plan, and someone turned me in. I told very few people. Optavia shifted, I shifted, and I wasn't in alignment with them anymore with them. I left money on the table and my entire team. Still the hardest transition for me, but also thankful God showed me an open door. Looking back, I feel as though we were brainwashed. You think so? You think so? I'm still hurt, not knowing who did this to me, but also God was in control of every step. I think the person was in control of this step, the person who dobbed you in. This person said, Tammy, I'm pretty sure we could guess who it wasn't that turned you in. Shame on her for that and continuing to push this company on people when she knows what she knows. True Christians would never do that. Glad I left when I did, but sadly it was too late for my health as well by the time I figured it out. True Christians would never do that, apparently. I know who they're talking about. So many feel this way after leaving. Who? Feel free to message me. Yeah, message me too, Julianne. This is my soccer account, so I agree, but I'm going to bless and release that person from my life. My heart hurts for all the people who are misled by this company and people. Yeah, same. The amount of people. I had a TikTok, yeah, get reported by Christy X Ord, and I went over and I remembered the TikTok about the Optavia lady who was in a therapy session, and the therapist was really making her attach God to her weight. It was really sick. It was sick. And I think that the therapist was probably in Optavia. I'm confident I know without even being associated with Optavia. She blocked me more than a year ago because I told her some things she didn't want to hear. Oh, yes, I can see that happening. I'm so sorry. Damn, come on, Yvonne. Spill. All I can think of is it's like Becca Tinter or Tia Wood, because they're really the only other women that I know. No, Tiffany Howard. I know Tiffany Howard. Oh, and Michelle Bomber, who shat on the Clown Town at some point in time. All right, I was listening to your podcast about 2 years ago while still in Octavia. I was already shifting and heard so much truth and also was offended. Hear me out. I was still brainwashed. That's the pattern, guys. If there's someone on this who's getting angry about what I'm saying, probably like because I'm shitting on religion. It's just not a thing in Australia. I'm sorry. And I'm not religious. I'm agnostic. I think there's something out there. Just don't know what it is. Yeah, that is part of deconstructing from MLMs, is seeking out anti-MLM material and then just kind of like being really angry about it. It's like thinking they're wrong, but knowing beneath that anger is a little bit of, oh my God, that's true. That's what's happening. But then I had to resign and listen to it again, and you were spot on. Thank you for validating so many of us and what we went through. And then the podcast asked to be shared again. Also, thank you for saying that you felt validated after listening to it, after being gaslit for years, thinking I was the crazy one. Once I released the episode and people telling me they felt the same way, it helped me know that I wasn't the only one. Oh, the gaslighting of an MLM. All right. So with some limited knowledge, a previous employer cannot take away your ability to make money. It is hard to make these things stick, so I would fight if I were you. It's along the same lines as a non-compete. A business cannot take away your right to make money. They may be doing this because you may have contacted prior clients. If this is the case, you may have to give them up for a year. If not, then you haven't competed against them. The clientele found, just like I did, just like I did. Was Brian ever an affiliate, that's her husband, of Optavia? If not, see if you can make him one with Make and take over your clientele. I agree. The way it is worded, they're not taking away her rights to sell the product. She just can't do it on a current account she's using, as it was for Optavia. They did state she could use a separate account, meaning she can start a temporary account and share her products there until the agreement is up. So they are getting around non-compete in a way. Yep. And it's in the contract. It doesn't matter. Like, the contract is obviously legally binding, you know? That's awful. I will be honest in saying this company and the sales tactics just give me an off vibe. There's so many of these direct marketing companies prey on good people. Sorry this is happening to you. Wow, just wow. You are the better person, no doubt about that. Keep your head held high. You know, people can come to you for needs. Da, da, da. I know with providers at clinic, they have a no compete clause where if they leave, they have to be a certain amount of miles away from our clinic. It always bothered me because if clinics really want what was best for patients and always there for them, then like they say, they shouldn't be worried about this. Obviously, it is about competition and the money then. It's really sad. Someone has turned you in. Unfortunately, a lot of these programs, while you're in it, you see everything rainbows. When you leave, you see true colors of what you missed when you signed up and see who really likes you for you and what you bring to the business. It's all about money and they are trying to hurt you by doing this because you left. Now I don't know why you left. I often wondered. Now is real food part of Optavia? I read people talking about with real food, but one made a comment she tried blocking them but still gets news feeds. So I'm lost in all this. That is confusing. Um, oh, I'm not sure if you can do this. It doesn't seem right. We still have a First Amendment. Oh God, these people. That's not spelled right. But yeah, but that she signed a contract. It doesn't matter. Sorry you're dealing with this, but most direct selling or MLM companies have those requirements and won't let you start with another company or be a part of more than one at a time. All this should have been disclosed to you when you signed up with them. It sucks, but it doesn't come as a big surprise to me as they're going after you for it. Yeah, absolutely. Being with more than one at the same time is one thing, but claiming you to own your social media, your friends, your family, and the brand and influence you've created is another is wrong without integrity. It's not moral, like it's ethically wrong, but yeah. But if it's in the contract and she knowingly signs, there's not much she can do about comply. Yeah, they're basically saying she gained this following by posting about Optavia and she can't now promote something else. I'm just saying it shouldn't come as a shock that they would be angry or want her to take her stuff down. It's pretty standard to have a non-compete clause. Yeah. Yeah, this person says Facebook owns the page. And did she have the page before? Hang on, joining Optavia. I bet you she's going to say yes, she had it before. Yep, I've had the page since 2008. That sucks. That really sucks. Tammy, I'm so sorry. What an awful way to close a relationship to such an amazing chapter. This makes me hurt for you. Can't believe this is happening to you. I've got a bit of ick reading this. Companies that do this are selfish and greedy. I can't imagine they can legally do this. Again, it's a contract, guys. It's the contract. I agree with the prior comment about Doug and Tia as they promote their gym. I'm truly sorry for you having to deal with that. I never imagined a company feeling like you're a major threat to their bottom line. Hang in there and go with your gut. Make another account under an alias. Hang in there. Reading this makes me curious what you're doing now. I'm wondering if it's a lot better than Optavia. Most likely is. No, it's not. Nothing. No MLM is better. Sorry, they're slightly better, but they're bad. They're all bad. But why are they so intimidated by this? That letter is almost laughable and is ridiculous they would come after you like this. Would they go after you if a chiropractor, doctor, or whoever, if you shared how they pointed you towards certain supplements that helped you get healthier? This just gives you more to share with people to keep them away from their company. Everyone needs to keep spreading the word on this. Well, I don't understand that completely. Tammy, it was watching Brian's transformation that prompted my wife and I to try the program a year ago. We were one and done. Didn't take long for me to start researching the company, their seemingly never-ending legal troubles, and the lives they destroyed, claiming the health benefits of their program. We got creepy vibes almost instantly. We opted to manage our lives with an understanding of what real healthy eating is. Yep. Sounds to me like they're using scare tactics to prevent you from coaching under a different program. Might be worth talking to a lawyer and telling them to take a long walk off short here. Good luck with endeavors. Pure BS. Thanks, Lynn. I'm with you, Lynn. All right. That's it. Took a while to go through, but that's what is happening to this poor rep. Not feeling that sorry. I wish she wasn't going to make wellness. I think that's a fool's errand as well. Read your contract. That's it. There's nothing more that I can say. Read your contract. Or alternatively, don't join a fucking MLM. All right. That's all I have to say. Don't join an MLM. Don't do it. Stop joining MLM. Nah, no. Stop it. I don't know. Is that going to work? All right. Thanks, everybody. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, hopefully this is a sign that Optavia are getting a bit desperate. Getting a bit desperate there. Hey, a little bit desperate. Are you a little bit desperate? That's a little bit better. I have a screen, like I'm touching the screen right now, and the light varies on that. All right, I will catch you next time. Okay, bye.